Hi everybody. In this video I'm going to show you how to activate your MyITLab account, and I'm also going to show you how to get into your projects, download the materials you need, complete the project, submit it, check your report for any errors, correct those errors, and then resubmit. So, big video. Once in your class you get to the point where you will begin to use MyITLab, you should see a link over here called IT 1010 MyLab IT. When that happens, we'll go ahead and we'll activate our account. So click this link, and you're going to click right here, MyLab IT Course Materials. It also says click to activate account. When you click this, it should open up in another window. And what it's doing here is activating my account. Now, you may also find a screen where you have to click I accept. Just so you're aware of that. Now, this enrollment is happening in the background. There's really not a lot that you can do at this point. My advice is just to come up here and close that tab. Should only take a few seconds to activate your account. It could take as long as 20 minutes though in some cases, depending on MyITLab. But once I've clicked it, it should be good to go. I'm using a student preview here, so this is a little different than your experience, but not very much. Go ahead and click here, MyITLab Course Materials. And now, instead of activating my account, it should take me right to MyITLab now. So here I am. I can see my name over here. You can see it says preview user because I'm using a preview user from my CNM Learn. And I don't have any projects showing. Hold on one second. Alright. So now that I'm looking at my course materials, I can see that I have a folder here for Word projects and Word exams. Go ahead and click on the folder. And here is a skill builder project. Now, might be different projects depending where you're on in the class, of course. I'm going to go ahead and click this link. Now what this does is it creates a pop-up. So you can see right here, I actually got a pop-up blocker. This is very important to be on the lookout for. So I'm going to go ahead and click right here where it says pop-ups were blocked, and then I'm going to say always allow pop-ups from this website. Click done. Now the next time I click on it, it should open up just fine. So there's my pop-up. This is my assignment presentation basically. Here are my starting materials that I'll download. This would show me the project steps, although I will download the instructions to complete it. When I'm all done, I'm going to make sure I hit save. I'm going to close whatever application I'm working in, like Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel, just to make sure that I've saved all of my hard work. Then I'm going to click choose file and submit it here. Now once I've uploaded it, I still need to click submit for grading, and that is when it will actually go for the automatic grading on the MyITLab server. Now just to show you, as you're completing this project, back here in CNM Learn, there are skill builder videos. Now these will be available within your learning modules, but you can also find them here, Skill Builder Video Archive. If I click on this, you can see here's my Word Chapter 1 Skill Builder videos. These videos are going to walk me entirely through the project, step by step, showing me exactly what to do for each step. If you're not very familiar with the applications, this is a great place to start. Watch a video, do the step, watch the next video, do the step, and so on as you move through the project. Alternatively, you can complete the project to the best of your ability, see how you did, and if you missed, say, step 10 and maybe step 12, you could just watch the step 10 and step 12 videos, correct your project, save it, and resubmit for a higher grade. So back to our assignment presentation, I'm going to click download materials, And I have 4 items here. I would caution you not to use this download all files. It sounds very nice and very tempting. But it's going to download them all as a zipped archive. And you're going to have to extract that. If you don't, your files are going to be read-only, all kinds of stuff. So my advice is to just download them one at a time. So here are the instructions. I will click download there. Mine are just going to go to my desktop. Looks like I have already done this once. Here is my grader project. So this is my actual start file. Download that to my downloads as well. Now this is an additional file that I need to use to complete the project, the list file. So I'm going to download that as well. And then up to you here, but you are welcome to download the final results if you want. That is a nice picture of what your document should look like by the time you're done, or your project should look like. The important thing to remember is that just because your project looks like the final results doesn't mean you did it properly. You need to follow the steps very carefully and watch those videos to see exactly how to complete the projects. There are good ways to do things and not so efficient or effective ways to do things. So we're trying to teach you the best practices. Click download for this one if you want it. And then I'm going to hit close. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my instructions just to show you what this looks like. I'm basically going to just walk through every step. So open it up, rename it as this while I save it. I'm going to start working on all these steps to complete the project, and I'm going to do that in just a second. I'm also going to open up my start file here. So here it is. It should have your last name right there. So mine is Batzer Preview User because I'm using a student view. But I'm going to click this to open up my start file. So here's my start file. You can see there's a bit of work done sometimes, not a ton, but I'm going to follow the instructions to really complete this project. So I'm going to go ahead and pause my video. I'm going to complete this project, and then we'll return and I will submit it. All right. Okay, so now in my I've completed my project. I've added some formatting. I incorporated that list. I followed all the steps basically. Now remember what I said. Before you're ready to turn in, my advice is always to close the application. Even if you're pretty good at hitting save all the time, the problem is you could just minimize this application, go to turn something in, and you're really turning in an old version of your project. So close that down. If you have anything that you need to save, it will say, hey, you have some work, are you sure you don't want to save that? So I'm going to thankfully go ahead and hit save here. That's going to close my application. Now back to my project presentation here. I've completed the steps to the best of my ability. Now I'm going to upload and then submit. So I'm going to go to choose file. I'm going to go to my desktop. And the project I'm looking for here, last name, first name, skill builder. It's been, during the project I saved it and I named it this way. You could also organize your files by date modified and find the most recent file. I would always check that, make sure it's pretty close to the current time, and that that's the one you want to submit. I'm going to hit open to send it to the website. I'm going to click upload. It takes a second to upload. So it's ready to submit for grading. It's not graded yet. If you find you accidentally submitted the wrong file, you can just click choose file and select a different one. I'm going to click submit for grading. It will say kudos, your file has been submitted. I like to count to about 5 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a demonstration of that. And then click close assignment. And the reason why is because when you come back to this page, you should have a score at that point. Now, this format might look a little different for your class. It might be out of 50 points rather than a percentage, but I went ahead and I made a mistake just to show you how to fix it. So here we go. I've submitted my project, 97.3. Doesn't sound like the worst thing ever, but I do want to get all the points I can possibly get. And on skill builder projects, you get 3 attempts. Exams, you only get 1, but skill builder projects, you get 3. So I need to view my submission. So I'm going to click these three dots and go to View Submissions. And then it says to click one of your submissions to view it. So I'm going to click this one. Now, there's multiple ways I can take a look at this. One, I can kind of scroll through this list here and sort of see what it says I missed or did not miss. If you're going to look at it that way, please make sure you click this little red arrow to expand your error, and it will show you exactly what you missed. Whereas just looking at this view, it's easy to misinterpret it. You could go through this and say, hey, I know I typed all that stuff right. I don't know why I missed anything. But you click here, I can see that there's a problem with my 10th paragraph here where it says Aspen Falls, CA. The text was not set to Aspen Falls. Now alternatively, I can click over here where it says Live Comment Report. If I click on this, this will download a file. Begins with LC, so that means live comments. I'm going to save that to my desktop and open that up. Now here is my submission and some details about it. It will say right here, one element commented in place. So the nice thing is I can just scroll down. Now if you can't see these comments, you can always go to the Review tab and be sure to click Show Comments, because that will allow them to be seen over here. Now this is really nice. This is my actual typing over here, my actual work, the work I did on the project. This is highlighted so I know right where the error is. Now if I look closely at this, it says, hey, the thing that was supposed to say Aspen Falls CA 93463 was not set to Aspen Falls CA 93463. And if I look over here, I see, oops, I put in a 2 instead of a 3. Very simple error. It can happen all the time in MyITLab. Basically a typo, but very important. We have 3 submissions to correct all of this and get a perfect paper. So I'm going to look through. That's about it. No other errors, so I'm pretty good here. Now I don't correct this. This is my report. I need to close that down. I'm going to go ahead and open up my actual file. Double click to open that up. Here's my actual file. I find that error and I'm going to go ahead and fix it. I'm going to hit save, and then like I said, always close your application down. So I'm going to close Word again and then back here to MyITLab. Now I'm all done looking at my submission, so I can close this. And now I want to make my second attempt. So I'm going to click my project again to open up that assignment presentation one more time. The nice thing about MyITLab, I don't have to do these initial steps again. I don't have to download stuff and rework the project. I've corrected the error. So now I'm just going to re-upload the new file. Double check that time. Click the upload button. And then I'm going to submit for grading. Now once again, hanging out here, if you hit close assignment right away, it's going to be your old grade showing over there, and that can be very confusing. So I want to count to at least 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then click close assignment, and I should see my updated grade. There we go, 100%, or you'll probably see 50 out of 50 on my second attempt. All right. So that concludes this video. I showed you how to activate your MyITLab account, how to find your projects, download the materials you need, look at those step-by-step videos, complete your project, submit it, check your submission for any errors, correct those errors, and remember, watching the videos for those steps is a great way to find out exactly what you did wrong and fix it, then saving and resubmitting for a better grade. All right, thank you very much.